what's inside. It looks like a parable box, but it's red. It must be a parable, but not be a parable. I have an idea. Let's look inside. Oh, there are some things in the box to help us tell the story. So let's get ready. There once was a great tower. Everyone working on the tower spoke the same language as they worked together. But the tower grew taller and taller. And as it did, they began to talk in different ways. They wanted the tower to reach to heaven. And they grew so proud of themselves that they began to think that they were a greater builder than God. And each group thought that they were better than the others. A huge noise replaced their talking. And it made no sense. And everyone was babbling. Soon the tower fell down by itself. So it was called the Tower of Babel. And the language of the people of the earth was shattered and broken into pieces. Each one was beautiful, but it was only a piece of the old way of talking together. Thousands of years passed. Jesus was born, and he lived, and he did his work. He died on the cross. But that was not the end of the story. Because somehow he was still with the people. He was still around them, like he's still around us today. They kept seeing him and they couldn't let him go. Then one day, something amazing happened. The disciples were in Jerusalem. Here they are: Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the Lesser, Simon, Jude, there were only 11 now because Judas had died. And one day, Jesus took them to a mountain nearby called Olivet. And it was there that Jesus went up. And soon the Holy Spirit would come down. The 11 disciples went back into the city to wait. Oh, they were full of joy. And they went to the temple and they prayed. And with God's help, they chose a new disciple. They decided that Matthias would take Judas's place. On Sunday, the disciples were together again in the upper room. And suddenly, there was a sound, a mighty wind rushing to be with them. It was the Holy Spirit. And they became so full of its power that they seemed to be on fire. Their tongues burned in their mouth. And they ran out into the streets to tell everyone, to tell the story. And they were so excited that the people wondered what was going on. I mean, there were people from many different countries, and they all spoke many different languages, but everyone could understand what they were saying. Everyone could see that the 12 had come close to God. The disciples had become apostles. And they went out to all the world to tell the story of Jesus and God's love. That was the first Christian Pentecost. But it's not the end of the story, because it's still happening. Whenever people have the courage and the power to tell the story, Pentecost is still happening. It's like fire. I wonder what part of this story you liked best. Maybe it was Holy Spirit coming into the room with the disciples. Maybe it was that Tower of Babel that fell down because people seemed to be shattered. I wonder where you are in this story. I wonder if there's any part of this story that we could leave out and it would still be the story. The apostles traveling the world over, sharing God's story, sharing the story of God's love and the story of Jesus. The upper room where the Holy Spirit came in like a mighty wind and fire